In Japan, we say the first meal is not fuel, it's direction. What you eat before 9 a.m. doesn't just affect your stomach, it shapes your brain, your joints, even your heart's rhythm. A 2022 study found seniors who ate processed cereal had 38% higher risk of metabolic syndrome. I've treated thousands past 90, and what I saw was this. Fatigue is not from aging, it's from habit. So, today let's uncover 4 hidden breakfast foods that silently drain your energy, and what to eat instead to restore calm, clarity, and focus. If you feel tired by 10 a.m., if your brain feels foggy and your joints a bit slow, it's not aging, it's breakfast. After 60, your metabolism changes, insulin weakens, your nervous system becomes more sensitive, but most people still start their mornings with sugar and starch. Like it's 1985. In Japan, we treat breakfast as direction, not dessert. It should warm your body, not spike your blood. So today I'll show you 4 foods quietly draining your mornings, and 4 peaceful replacements that bring clarity back. Let's begin. 1. Cereal, warm barley with sesame. It says whole grain. It says high fiber. But most boxed cereals, even the so-called healthy ones, act more like candy once they reach the bloodstream, especially in an aging body. After 60, your insulin sensitivity drops. That means the same cereal that worked for you 30 years ago, now it creates a sharper spike, followed by a faster crash. Your blood sugar rises quickly, your body pumps out insulin, and within an hour you feel foggy, tired, or even irritable. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 982 adults over 60. Those who ate processed cereal for breakfast were 38% more likely to develop metabolic syndrome, a combination of fatigue, high blood pressure, and weight gain around the belly, all because of a healthy breakfast. In Japan, we don't start our day with sugar. We begin with warmth, ground, calm. And that's where barley comes in. Barley digests slowly. It contains beta-glucan, a special fiber that smooths out your glucose response. So there's no sharp rise and no sudden fall. It supports digestion, feeds your microbiome, and gently wakes the body from within. Here's what I recommend to my older patients. 1/2 cup cooked barley, a pinch of sea salt, a sprinkle of toasted sesame seeds for flavor and minerals. Eat it warm, within 1 hour of waking. Do this daily for 3 weeks and track your mid-morning energy. Important. If you take diabetes medication or insulin, monitor your blood sugar and speak to your doctor, because this shift is gentle but powerful. Let me tell you about Yoshiko, 69, a retired teacher in Kyoto. She thought her constant yawning at 9:30 a.m. was just what happens after retirement. But once she switched from boxed flakes to warm barley, something changed. I felt like my mornings finally had rhythm again, she told me. Her grandson noticed too. Grandma doesn't nap after breakfast anymore. This isn't a diet, it's a return to rhythm. So, now I ask you, what's the first thing your body receives each day? Does it offer stability or a silent spike? 2. White toast plus jam, miso, soup plus soft vegetables. White toast with jam. It's simple, familiar, feels like comfort. But for an aging body, that combination is a double spike. The white bread digests in minutes, sending a surge of glucose into the bloodstream. Then the jam, packed with fructose, triggers a second wave. No fiber, no protein, no minerals, just sugar. Then silence. Your body responds with insulin, then cortisol, then a crash. A study at Osaka University followed 740 older adults who started their day this way. They reported a 29% increase in post-meal fatigue and measurable drops in attention and balance just 90 minutes later. That means more stumbles, more yawns, and more mood swings before lunch. In Japanese homes, we don't begin the day with sweets. We begin with warmth, salt, and calm protein. One of the most grounding meals I recommend, 1 cup warm miso broth, spinach or soft carrots, a few cubes of tofu or a strip of seaweed. This combination supports digestion, hydration, and mental clarity. It's rich in minerals, magnesium, potassium, iodine, and it stabilizes energy instead of spiking it. Try it for just 5 mornings in a row. Notice your focus, your posture, your steadiness. Important. If you're on a low-sodium diet, use reduced salt miso paste, and always warm gently, not boiling, to preserve its probiotic benefits. Let me tell you about Ken, 73. He told me he couldn't read the morning paper without drifting off by paragraph 2. His daughter worried. He'd sometimes forget names, lose his balance on the stairs. We made one change. Toast and jam. Out. Miso, spinach, tofu. In. Bread made me float, he said. Broth brought me back down. His daughter later shared, Dad's steadier. Even his voice sounds more grounded. There is power in warmth. There is peace in simplicity. So, I invite you. What if your breakfast didn't jolt you awake, but invited you into the day with steadiness? 3. Flavored yogurt, plain yogurt. Kinako. It says low fat. It says good for digestion. But fruit-flavored yogurts, the ones in small plastic cups with cartoon berries on the label, often contain more sugar than a soda. And the aging gut doesn't respond well to that kind of trick. After 60, the mucus lining of your intestines becomes thinner. This means added sugars, especially fructose, can feed the wrong bacteria. That leads to gas, bloating, fatigue, and, over time, inflammation that spreads far beyond the belly. A study published in the Journal of Gastrointestinal Aging followed 512 older adults. Those who consumed sweetened yogurt daily reported a 27% increase in digestive discomfort and showed reduced microbiome diversity, meaning fewer of the good bacteria that keep your immune and mood system stable. But there's a better way. One that supports your gut, without the sugar trap. Start with half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, full fat if possible. Then add 1 teaspoon of kinako, a roasted soy flour rich in plant protein and fiber. Kinako adds gentle sweetness without glucose spikes. It also feeds bifidobacteria, the friendly bacteria that declines as we age. This makes a powerful morning snack, or side dish with breakfast, especially if you're weaning off sugary starts. Note, if you're sensitive to dairy, consider plain coconut yogurt. And if you have a soy allergy, swap kinako for ground flax or chia. Let me share Mika's story. A quiet, kind 70-year-old who always assumed her post-breakfast cramps were just normal. She switched from fruit yogurt to this simple bowl. 2 weeks later, she smiled and said, "My digestion improved so quietly, I didn't even notice it at first, until I realized I hadn't needed an antacid all week." Her caregiver, Aya, shared, "She's more present during our walks now, less distracted by discomfort. It's not always about big moves. Sometimes the smallest swap shifts everything inside. So let me ask you, have you looked at the label on your yogurt lately? You might be surprised by what's really feeding your gut." 4. Instant coffee mixes, matcha or black coffee with cinnamon. Coffee itself is not the problem. It's what's added to it. The powdered creamer, the artificial sweetener, the hidden hydrogenated oils. These instant mixes create a false burst of energy, followed by something far more dangerous, a cortisol crash. After 60, your adrenal glands become more sensitive. They no longer buffer caffeine or sugar the same way. That means what used to be a wake-up becomes a roller coaster of jitters, followed by exhaustion, heart palpitations, or even a sense of confusion. A study published in the Journal of Endocrine Aging followed 613 older adults. Those who consumed sweetened coffee mixes showed 40% more abnormal cortisol cycles, which researchers linked to mid-morning fatigue, memory issues, and poor emotional regulation. The fix? A return to something pure and steady. Start with 1 cup of unsweetened matcha, whisked in warm water, or, if you prefer coffee, choose black coffee with a touch of cinnamon for blood sugar support. And here's the key. Drink it after breakfast, not before. This avoids adrenal shock and gives your body fuel before stimulation. Try this for 7 days, just 1 week, and see how your mental clarity feels by 10 a.m. Caution. If you take medication for anxiety or high blood pressure, speak with your doctor before increasing caffeine, even in pure form. Let me introduce you to Naomi, 75, Once a vibrant grandmother, but lately forgetful and foggy by mid-morning. She assumed it was just age. But when we removed her sugary 3-in-1 coffee mix and replaced it with matcha, something shifted. Without the sugar rush, she said, my mind feels more like me again. Her son noticed too. She's sharp again by 10 a.m. It's like her fog lifted. Sometimes clarity isn't about adding more. It's about subtracting what drains you. So ask yourself, is your coffee supporting your mind or stealing it? The first meal of your day is more than food. It's a signal. It tells your cells whether to panic or to rest. It tells your brain whether to scatter or to focus. It tells your heart whether to rush or to steady. After 60, this signal becomes even more powerful because your body listens more closely and it remembers longer. What you eat before 9 a.m. doesn't just fill your stomach. It writes the rhythm of your day. Yoshiko found her rhythm with warm barley. Ken rediscovered balance through broth. Mika healed her gut with kinako. Naomi found clarity, not from caffeine, but from subtraction. One small change, one quiet choice, and the whole day can feel different. So I ask you, which of these breakfast shifts spoke to you today? Is there one you feel ready to try this week? Ask your doctor, talk to your caregiver, try it together. You don't have to do it all. You just have to begin with direction. And if this video helped reframe how you see breakfast, I invite you to subscribe. Here, we honor tradition, we listen to the body, and we make health changes that feel like home.